Episode 2. Heterochromia. To everyone else, she was just another visitor, a quiet girl from out of town who kept to herself. And she liked it that way. But if anyone had really looked, just once, they would have seen she wasn't ordinary. Celine was beautiful in a way that felt almost unreal, goddess-like. Her hair spilled down to her waist in golden waves, catching the faintest light and turning it to fire. Her hazel eyes held a depth that could stop a conversation mid-sentence. And when she smiled, rarely, carefully, it was the kind of smile that could stun a room into silence. Every detail about her carried grace, the curve of her shoulders, the effortless way she walked, even the subtle tilt of her chin when she wanted to go unnoticed. But she didn't crave attention. She hid it, tucked it away, as if beauty was a burden she was tired of carrying. The town didn't know her name, didn't know her story, and that's exactly how Celine preferred it. That night, she went to the mall with John, her trusted driver, loyal to her family for years. He waited by the car while she shopped, his sharp eyes scanning the crowd. The market lights glowed faintly, casting long shadows across narrow streets. Celine carried her shopping bag, inside a designer dress and a pair of elegant shoes, and walked back toward the car. "Ready, Miss Celine?" John asked, holding the door open with a polite nod. She smiled faintly and slipped inside. For a moment, everything felt normal, safe. Then, the screech of tires shattered the night. A black van swerved violently, cutting them off. Headlights blazed, doors burst open, men poured out, thick jackets, boots, hard expressions. "Hold on tight," John barked, slamming the gear shift. He threw the car in reverse, trying to escape. But the van rammed them, jolting the car hard. Celine screamed, clearly in panic. The door was ripped open. Rough hands grabbed Celine, yanking her out before John could react. "Get away from me," she shouted, kicking wildly. "Let her go," John roared, landing a punch square on a jaw. But another thug slammed a fist into his ribs. John fought fiercely, refusing to give in, but he was outnumbered. Two men held him back while another dragged Celine toward the van. "John! Help!" she screamed. Her shopping bag spilled across the ground, heels tumbling, fabric fluttering. "Run, Miss Celine!" John choked out, fists raining down on him. "Don't let them take you." But she couldn't run. Her wrists were bound, her mouth smothered by a cloth. She was shoved into the van. The door slammed shut. Inside, gasoline, stale smoke, harsh voices. "Keep her down. Boss said she stays breathing. Don't mess this up." Her chest tightened. "Boss? Who? What do they want?" The van sped through the streets, weaving recklessly. Celine's pulse hammered. Every turn made her stomach lurch. Then, fate intervened. A car shot through an intersection. Horns blared. The van screeched, swerved, nearly tipped. Metal screamed. The kidnappers cursed, stumbling out to confront the other driver. "Are you blind, or what? You want to die tonight?" One barked, slamming his fist into the hood. In that chaos, Celine's trembling fingers worked furiously against the rope. Desperation lent her strength. The knot slipped free. Her heart raced. This was her only chance. She kicked the door. It burst open. She bolted into the night. Her feet pounded pavement, then grass, then the uneven forest floor. She didn't look back, not at the van, not at John's fading shouts. Branches clawed her skin, stones cut into her shoes, her lungs burned. But she didn't stop. She ran into the middle of the woods, until the world itself seemed to roar, a deep, primal sound, the roar of a bear. It thundered through the forest, shaking the night apart. The men froze. Panic spread. "Forget her," one shouted, voice cracking. "But the boss wants her alive," another snapped. "Do you want to die? The beast'll tear her apart." Their footsteps retreated. Leaves rustled. Then, silence. Celine's legs gave way. Darkness swallowed her whole. When her eyes fluttered open again, she wasn't lying in the dirt. She was inside a cave. Cool air. Smoke from a small fire. A blanket tucked under her. Her head resting on something soft. The floor beneath her wasn't just rock. Wooden planks stretched across the cave, old but sturdy, carefully crafted by hand. Moss crept between the boards. A small kettle steamed quietly near the fire. She blinked, slowly sitting up. Across from her, half in shadow, a boy sat with his hoodie up back against the wall. He didn't move, didn't speak, just watched her wake. His posture was calm. Still, but something about him felt alert, like he'd been waiting. Then she saw it. The eye patch, black, minimal, covering his right eye. She stiffened. The boy noticed. His voice came low, steady. "There's nothing to be afraid of." She didn't answer. Her breath was shallow. Her thoughts scrambled. "The van," she whispered. "The men. They tried to take me." He nodded once. "You passed out. I found you in the woods." She glanced around again. The cave was quiet, safe, but strange. He leaned forward slightly. "What happened out there?" She hesitated. Her voice shook. "I don't know why. I don't even know who they were." He didn't interrupt, just listened. His visible eye, hazel, watched her carefully. Then, after a pause, he asked, "What's your name?" She hesitated. Her lips parted, then closed again. The boy exhaled softly, then reached up. His fingers brushed the edge of the eye patch. He pulled it off. And for the first time, she saw him fully. One eye hazel, the other steel gray, sharp, unnatural, striking. She froze. Not in fear, not in awe, just stunned. "Heterochromia," she whispered. The boy looked away. "I knew it," he said quietly. "Another one who thinks I'm cursed. That this eye is the eye of a devil." Her expression softened. "No," she said. "I don't think that." He didn't respond. "I think it's cool," she added. "Different. Strong." He looked at her again, surprised, uncertain. She smiled, just a little. "My name is Celine. Celine Thorne." He nodded slowly. "My name is Zane. Zane Whitlock." The fire crackled between them. Outside, the wind shifted through the trees. Inside the cave, two strangers sat in silence. Not quite safe, not quite strangers anymore. Thanks for listening to The Quiet Binding. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you'd like to support the story, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/thequietbinding. Every little bit helps keep the episodes coming. New episodes drop every Monday and Thursday, so stay tuned for the next episode of The Quiet Binding.